fortunate to have the chairperson of the Centre for Philanthropy and Civil Society and also Secretary General of Transparency Thailand, all the way from NIDA, which is a very important institution here within Thailand. We have Ajahn Dr. Julie Wijit Watagan. Thank you very much for joining us on Morning Talk. Now, first of all, I've seen the website. You've got growinggood.org. There's a lot of information available now online with regards to this new program. But succinctly, what is Growing Good? What is the campaign all about? Why even launch it?
Well, this is a program that's aimed at schools. You know, it's actually initiated by the BMA, the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, that asks us to try to cooperate and have this new curriculum into the school. And we will start from kindergarten to 3rd grade.
So starting early.
Starting early. We believe that the earlier you start, the better. The formative years of a child's life is when inculcation of the right kind of values will be very useful. And so the curriculum itself is aimed toward 5 core values that the children would absorb, would learn by osmosis. It's not like, you know, one-way teaching. It's supposed to be activity-based learning and child-centered learning.
So it's actually fun, but the children get to learn key values that will make them a productive member of society.
Exactly.
Now, there are a lot of values you could have chosen, but I guess if you have to get it down to critical values, you've chosen 5 key core values. What are they?
Well, the first one is honesty and integrity. The second one is social responsibility, the sense of, you know, public good, public versus private kind of thing. And the third one is fairness and justice. The fourth one is sufficiency, after the sufficiency economy principle of the king. And the fifth one is about social responsibility. How should one be responsible as a citizen, as a human being, as a member of society?
So 5 very key values, and I honestly believe whoever adopts them is going to be a better person as a result. But how do you teach, for example, the oldest age that you're teaching this program now as a 3rd grader, an issue like social responsibility or honesty and integrity? These are quite adult concepts to even explain to each other. How do you teach somebody so young?
I'm glad you asked that, because I think that according to the child's age, the younger they are, the more gentle we approach it. You know, for instance, like at the kindergarten level, it's difficult to talk about integrity, for instance. But what we do is we introduce the concept by different methods, by reading a lot of stories, beautifully illustrated storybooks. And from the stories, there are essence of, for instance, how you should be honest, how honesty is good, and the child will be talking about that theme. They'll be repeating it in songs that they sing. They'll be doing artwork relating to it. They'll also be having plays in the class. And so these are things that are learning through activities. We don't really tell the child that, you know, it's not preaching.
Right.
It's not preaching, but they have to learn through the stories, learn through the interactive work that they do. Social responsibility, for instance, for 3rd grade that you asked, we would have the students go out and look at the community near them, looking at what is public property, what is private property. You know, if they walk around the school, they'll see public phone, for instance, public telephones, or, you know, things that belong to the public, and have them identify if it's in good condition or in bad condition. When they come back, they'll talk about it. Where can we call to have the phone, you know, properly fixed? If water is running out from the pipe, can we do something about it as citizens? So these are the methods by which students are, you know, sort of geared towards make them feel that they are part of society, and they have to identify what is public responsibility, how a person can actually initiate something good for society. And for younger students, of course, they will just walk around the school, look at the bathroom. If the school bathroom is dirty, maybe they can report it to someone.
Or maybe they can clean it.
Or maybe they can clean it. Or if they look at the playground, if the you know, the equipments are not in good order, it might be dangerous to the children. They can begin to have a sense of being part of the surrounding, the environment.
Part of a community. And so I like to think that a project like this, it's lots and lots of repeating the same message.
Yes.
Because with lots of examples, people will learn. You can't just give them one lesson for 3 hours and then expect them to remember it for their whole life.
You need to have a lot of reinforcement. reinforcement is extremely important. You need to repeat them.
And so how do you do that for
you do it through many different songs and stories, and you do artwork. You also have them play games, and the message would be repeated. And the teacher would be sort of someone who initiate the discussions. The discussions in each story, after it's being told and read, you discuss the message and have the students think about it. I think this is very important. The students need to reflect on the message.
And that's actually something else that's relatively new to the Thai education system as well. The thought that the student themselves can think and discuss, because so often the students, particularly in lower grade schools, are encouraged to just listen to what the teacher says.
right.
The teacher is like a god. They absorb all the information, and that's their education, which is not quite how it should work. And so
Exactly.
I think this course is actually a door opener to far more than just teaching them 5 core values. It's actually teaching them how to think about life.
Critical thinking.
Critical thinking.
Critical thinking.
Yes, which is actually a core component of the NIDA approach to postgrad education as well. In terms of how many hours will they actually study a year, what's your hope?
We have been given 40 hours for the whole school year, which comes down to about 1 hour a week.
An hour a week.
An hour a week, which is really quite generous.
Yeah, that's
because
plenty, I think.
it's quite a lot. And we hope that we can capitalize on those 40 hours to make it very productive and very useful to the students. What we aim for is that the students will look forward to that 1 hour. It should be so interesting that they really want to be part of the class.
You know what? I wish I was a young kid again so I could go through this. It sounds very exciting, and I hope the kids will really get something out of it, because so many of these values, for example, the sufficiency economy, have been politically manipulated to be perhaps what they are not. But teaching really the elements of being able to stand on your own 2 feet, but be a responsible member of your community and help others as you hope they will help you. This is what being a society should be all about.
Exactly.
And that really is about Thais helping Thais, and also growing good. Ajahn, thank you very much for joining us on Morning Talk.